Hi. So I noticed as I get older, I become on social media, I become more and more like aggressive and bold and offensive. I say nasty words, and I feel like getting feedback from these people and fighting with them online is like gives me some sort of adrenaline. It gives me some sort of like it helps me unwind after like a long day. It helps me unwind, like I come home and what do? Go on Facebook, go on Trump's account, and all the people like cursing Trump out. And then, I tell them that they're hypocrites and that they're killing babies so they can't complain about COVID-19. And then I go on Twitter and then I fight with more people and they call me slut. And then I tell them they have no brain. In the past, if someone would have done that online to me or whatever, I was so sensitive, I would have cried for days, sunk into deep depression. But now it kind of feeds me. It's a strange thing. It feeds me. It gives me, it helps me calm down. It helps me relax. It's the strangest thing, I tell you. Come home, drink a beer, go on the internet, start surfing, go on Breitbart, go on Fox, go on Reuters, go on Depkafile, go on all Arts Sheva, Haaretz, Ynet News. It's just so interesting. It's just, and one thing, never argue politics with your family, your cousins, or whatever, unless you are able not to get emotionally involved, because it's hard enough arguing with friends, but with family it's a different story. What else did I want to say? Yes, I escaped from work and then I bumped into my coworker. We were both she's my superior. We both go on the bus. She was going on the bus at the same time as me. And we got to talking, and she told me that I have. It's funny because like she asked me, she's like, oh, so she asked me about my animals because I showed her I have this like huge scratch on my leg, like right here, from my cat, because my Jacinda, she stepped in her poopy like a bad girl, and she got full of poop, her own poop, and she started prancing around the house. And I grabbed her and I took her into the shower, which was warm water, and I slathered her up with shampoo, and then I started washing her off with the water. And then she was freaking out. She hates the water, right? Cats don't like water, and I don't suggest anyone do it themselves at home without gear, because she jumped on me with her nails. She literally climbed on me. She first jumped on my leg and she scratched my leg, and then she jumped on my body and she scratched my body, and I had to throw her off and I had to keep washing her with water. And then I tried to hold her by her neck, because but then she twisted her head and she bit me. She's a fighter. I really respect her for that, like the only thing that really worries me is when I leave the house. I have this electric oven in my house, and it's, you press any button, it just goes on, and she tends to jump onto the oven. She just jumps where the sink is and the oven, and, I'm afraid to leave her because she might turn it on and then the house might just burn up. I don't know. So today I pulled out the plug when I left because I was like scared that she would, because she just gets everywhere, because I guess it's a small dwelling where I live and she doesn't really get out. So, and what else? Yeah, so I showed my friend my scratch on my leg, and she says, why do you have she's like, what kind of animals do you have? I said, I have a cat, I have 2 guinea pigs, I have 2 birds, I have fish. And she's like, is that like to replace something in your life, you know? I said, well, she's like, why do you want a zoo in your house? So I said, first of all, I enjoy feeding them. I don't know, I get like a really pleasure feeding the animals. Like when I was on a farm for a little bit, and one of the coworkers asked me to help feed the goats, and I helped him feed the goats, and we put the hay out for them to eat. A lot of hay, stacks and stacks. And it was like the most peaceful feeling and the most peaceful moment in time that I ever had. Just, and the sun was going down and just giving the animals food and them eating. It was just like being one with the nature, you know? So, excuse me. Imagine joking on your own saliva. So, basically, I have, she's like, why do you, she's like, it's obviously to replace something. I said, well, she's like, are you dating? I said, no, I'm done dating because, like, I'm done being abused, you know? I'm done with these men. You know, I'm finished, you know? Like, I don't want, okay, I might get lonely, but, and she's like, oh, so do you have friends? Do you have, like, a social, group? I said, well, I'm not really good with the social scene, you know? I'm kind of antisocial. Like, I keep to myself. I don't really know how to be in the social realm. And I told her, you know, I do know how to, I know how to, how do you say? I know how to entertain myself, you know? I don't need someone to entertain me. I know how to entertain myself. The only thing, I told her the thing would be nice if I had some friends, but I don't really have social, I don't know how to work the social scene, you know, so, and I said, yeah, and I'm not dating men anymore because I deleted my Tinder, I deleted everything because, and there was this one guy that I wanted to see him again. I saw him like a year ago, and then he contacted me again, so I went out with him, and then he took me to underground bar, which is illegal during COVID, but they're open for secret people. And he took me there. And then, as the night went on, he started getting handsy, and he started putting his hands in places where I told him not to. So I got upset. I started hitting his hand away, you know, and he just didn't understand English. He just kept putting his hands, you know. So I said to myself, like, I'm not even his girlfriend. You know, it's not like I'm dating him or anything, and he feels he could just put his hands wherever he wants. Like, what does he think I am, you know? Even though I did get physical once with him, but, you know, like, what gives him the permission when I keep telling him no, and he just has no respect, you know? So I said to myself after that, I said, no way, I'm not interested. And then he contacted me again. He had the audacity to contact me. I just ignore him. I'm not talking to him anymore. Because I don't need, you know, I'm not a piece of meat. You know what I mean? So I said, yes, it's lonely, you know, like, okay, but I have my animals. Maybe they're replacing a man in my life, but I have my animals. I have my life, my interests, you know, my hobbies. I have my dreams. I have my goals, you know, like, what more do you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe happiness comes from within, and about loneliness, you know, fill that void, somehow figure it out, you know? That's life. You know what I'm saying? What else? I just in that, she's so sweet. What else? Yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. And this one, my coworker, she basically told me that she had all her stuff in Ariel in Shamron, and she's moving back home to her parents, and she said she has tons of stuff to move. So I thought to myself, wow, okay, that's so good, because now I don't feel so bad if I have, like, all my clothes are in there, in this closet right here. Every single one of my clothes are in this closet. You see the mirror? In that closet. And then I have the kitchen stuff, and I have my animals, basically, and a few of my shoes, and I have towels, and my art bag, you know, and my pots, you know. So I'm trying to live as a minimalist, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do. And, you know, there's the laundromat down the road, so I don't need to have so many clothes. I can wash it every 2 weeks or something. And try to live clean and everything else. What else? I never got to send that painting to my mother. I don't feel like I finished it, but I just never got to it. And I see why it's easy to start hoarding, because, like, I went to the store and I'm like, you see all my pens here? I was like, I saw these cute boxes that look like that box over there with the shoe on it. You see? Small box. I would put it on the table here and put all the stuff inside just to keep it organized. But then I started thinking, like, oh, the more I buy, I'm going to become like a hoarder, you know? If you ever watch The Hoarders, it's just horrible. Anyhow, it's nice to vent, you know what I mean? It's nice to talk about my thoughts on my YouTube channel. I looked up the hobbies to do and skills to gain online, like different ideas, and one of them was to YouTube and start your own channel. So this is what I'm doing. I'm starting my own channel, however boring it is. Okay, that's it for now. Stop it.